And hello, everybody. Welcome. These hands were taken from a book I bought, published in '62, and I would imagine written somewhere in the '50s. I believe I've duplicated the bidding that was in the book. So if it's not what you're playing, well, who knows? Maybe things have changed since the late '50s to 2020. So here we are with actually a fairly normal sequence to reach four hearts. And the lead, oh, I need to look at my notes. What's the lead? It's the three of clubs. Okay. So the lead is the three of clubs. And that almost always means death because most people know that you don't underlead an ace. Against three no trumps, I suppose you may be playing against a beginner. The real thing you should be thinking of is if I duck that, I will leave west on lead at trick two. If I cover that, I will be leading east on lead at trick two. Do I care? And I think the answer is no, you don't really care who's on lead. So perhaps you may as well cover in the faint chance that uh, the ace is not on that side, but of course you're wrong. And now, congratulations go to Ratner, because Ratner, it turned out this is more a defense problem than a play problem. It's fairly obvious if you look at it from the East point of view that if you continue with the clubs, you are setting up a club ruff with the Queen or the Jack of Hearts in dummy. Let's just show you that. If you continue with the Queen, partner shows five. And now it doesn't matter if you do go and switch to a heart. I don't know whether it matters whether to keep them there. We can always cross back to hand, say by roughing a spade. And you can see I rough a spade and I can take my club rough because I was left with plenty of trumps in dummy. So let's put loads of yellow boxes on the screen in an attempt to go back to, there we go. Three. I can't see what's going on yet. I wish they wouldn't do these boxes. Okay, we know the four undos because it's clearly wrong, although 2 out of 3 people actually cashed a second round of clubs to make sure that South took a rough for the Queen or the Jack of Hearts. The correct thing to do is clearly to go and switch to a heart, because if another club is played, you can play a second heart, and now no roughs will actually transpire. So this is what was meant to be the problem for South. Let's go to South. Now I'm in a bit of trouble. I've got 2 club losers and they're working on getting rid of my trumps. I can't draw the trumps because, well, what do I do? I'm going to sooner or later lose a diamond and they're going to cash 2 clubs against me. I've got to set up some winners to get rid of those clubs. And of course, there are problems with cashing ace, king, and another diamond. Somebody might rough in, or um, but also I'm taking all my entries back to dummy. They may switch to spades, and now I've got no entry to the club, to the diamond suit. So what is the answer to where do I set up tricks and leave entries to dummy? The answer is you simply dock a diamond. I imagine East will break his honors here, because now you have set up the diamond suit and they can be used to throw those clubs away. And if they can cash 1 club, but they can't actually cash 2 to set you, you've still kept the Queen of Hearts in the dummy. And if they do try and take out the rough, I'm not quite sure I've done this sensibly. I should have won in hand, really. Never mind. I can still make the contract. This I should have just won in hand and started drawing trumps at that point. So I've drawn all the trumps, and Uh, I've still got an entry, in fact, two entries to dummy, so I can cross over in the diamond suit, and you can see now that the clubs are both going to disappear. I've actually made an over trick because East should have bowed to the inevitable and cashed one of his club tricks. But anyway, well done, as I said, to Ratner, who did find the heart switch at trick two, and commiserations to his south because his south failed to duck a diamond and actually went down in the contract, making Ratner get a golden star above his head. Only ones who started to try to um um wasn't that Ratner blue? I was trying to watch it. There's only three hands to go over, so yeah, so yes, I was very impressed that, or disappointed really, that so many people just set up the club rough and played another club. I really felt it wasn't hard to see the club rough coming, and steps should have been taken to. Ratina was a tough opponent. Ratina? Huh. Um, uh, I don't think so. You can't afford to draw the trumps because when you lose a diamond, uh, there's two clubs to cash. And say, nor can you afford to go. Well, you wouldn't if diamonds are 4-1. You couldn't cash the ace king either. I think you need diamonds 3-2. But hey, that's a 68% chance right now. So ducking a diamond is really a very good line to make the contract. Okay, well, we've done board number one, and let's go on to board number two. Export to the table. Okay. There we go. Um, so South opens, North passes with only a 3 count, East protects with his excellent heart suit, and West, who had an opening hand and 5 card support, and actually lovely spades, because if South has length in spades and he's got 5, he expects partner to be short in the spades, so hopefully only a singleton, but not here, it's a doubleton. So a normal sort of normal in the sense of it's how players should do it. East should protect, and now West should come to life with um, I must say, I'm not a great one for overcalling 2 hearts straight away here. Not with 4 spades. If North had the heart suit that East had, you'd soon learn that bidding 2 hearts can be quite an expensive venture. Anyway, here we are in 4 spades, and I assume the lead's going to be the king of spades, and we follow suit. And it's normal to show your distribution here. The 10 isn't never signal with winners, but I fail to see how the 10 is a winner. So you tell partner the news that you have there. And now we continue with another one. And now we have an interesting question of how to continue. Um, uh, One thing is just to continue with the spade suit. It is possible that this will lead to some sort of forcing game, although it's hard to see how. Don't forget, East bid 2 hearts as an overcall, so East should have a 5 card heart suit, and there's 5 in dummy. You have 2, um, so there's going to be loads of trumps that the opponents have. They're hardly going to be really worried about running out of trumps. Should I lead a diamond or a club? Well, I'm leading away from an honor. I normally that costs tricks, as I think it does here. You can see it especially in the club suit, but the same is true in the diamond suit. And should I lead a heart? Well, now that's probably cost free. The only time it might cost is when North has a singleton king of hearts. Then we can manufacture another trick for ourselves by playing another spade, because if if North does have the king of hearts, that will give him a chance to make it. So maybe the right continuation is the jack, and well, that's a winner. There's no need to ruff. And I imagine he throws a club, depending on exactly what discard system he's playing. We're going to rough in. Do I rough high or low? Where do I want my entries? I think I want them in the east hand. I've got loads of entries in the west hand. So I'm going to rough with the 6 of hearts here. So now I'm going to become east. And is it East who's playing this? Yes, East is playing this. Okay, so I'm going to draw trumps at some point. I certainly want to go and rough a spade. Every time I rough spades, I make the East hand shorter in trumps, but I still have a 5-card suit on the other side of the table. Mike, I'm sorry, is that you?
Sorry, watching the football. I thought I was on mute. Sorry, I'm very sorry.
No trouble. So certainly going to rough a spade, but is that enough? I got 5 heart tricks, 2 roughs for 7, ace diamonds, 8 of clubs. That's 9 tricks. So close, so close. So where can I get another trick from? Well, 2 thoughts come to my mind. Is there some way I can uh, strip the spades and then exit on a diamond and get South to play away from his king of clubs? Or give me a rough and discard if I can get South. Surely's got the king of clubs, so so that's one way to try. But I don't quite see how to strip the diamond suit and then throw South in with a diamond. So while that's an idea, I can't see how to implement it. The other way is simply to do it by force. I've got the ace 10 of diamonds in dummy, so if I go and take a finesse, likely that will lose. There's a 24% chance that South has the king and queen of diamonds, but there's a huge chance that South has both diamonds or one of them. So the 10 is likely to force out an honor. Usually he's going to force out the king of diamonds. But then after that, I can play ace of diamonds and rough a diamond, and the other honor will drop unless South has a 4-card diamond suit. Well, is that likely? I don't think so. I mean, West had 5 spades. We know that from North showing out on round 3. So he started with 5 there. He might just be 5-4, 2-2 or something, but the odds favour him being with a doubleton diamond or a tripleton diamond or even a singleton diamond is overall much more likely than South having 4 diamonds. So the right thing to do must be to try and employ the power of our jack and 10. And the only thing we've got to be careful about is this matter of entries. So we certainly don't want to draw trumps and then rough a spade, because that's 2 of the trumps gone, and then roughing a spade, another trump. I've got lots of diamond leads to make. I've got to lead a 2 to the 10. I've got to cash the ace. I've got to cross back and rough a diamond. And I've got to get back to go and cash the jack of diamonds if it becomes good. So although the plan is to draw the trumps, rough a spade, and so on, that doesn't mean we rush to do that and then fall back on the diamonds, because in fact, one player did try that, but the sad thing was she was indeed out of entries and then failed to make, even though she did play to the 10, she then failed to make the contract. So the right thing is to get on with this straight away. And as expected, this loses. What will they do? Oh, I don't know. Trump, maybe? No, maybe a club. That looks good, doesn't it? 10 of clubs. Ooh, I don't know. South must. I mean, North has just turned up with the king of diamonds. If he had the king of clubs, then he would have had a response to the 1 spade opening bid. So I do not know. I suppose you should keep the queen. Maybe it's some sort of threat in some sort of hypothetical squeeze. But South must have the king of clubs. Anyway, here we are. I think I can. Um, I need diamonds to. Yeah, I can cash the ace of diamonds. I'm fairly sure. Okay, that's really good. Okay, time to draw trumps, I think. So I'll cross now. The 8 is good. Excellent news. Right, and I don't think it really just doesn't matter. I need the Queen of Diamonds to come down, and I can rough high. So many things I could actually do here to actually make it. Yes, it has to come down. Jolly good. Going to rough high to make sure I keep entries back to my hand. There. Get back to my hand. Now I can cash my Jack of Diamonds. And there goes the 7. And now, of course, you can see I'm going to rough my spade as the very last thing I do. But the important thing was to do all this finessing, cashing the ace of diamonds and roughing a diamond and leaving myself with the entries to get back there. So congratulating to 2 people on that one. Ratner again and Imp Tiger also played that one right. So very well done. They immediately started on the diamond, set up their diamond winner, and made the contract. Was there a squeeze on the hand? Um, Hard to see. You're playing for the trick by force. And I don't think the entries, although you got a threat with the Queen of Clubs, I don't think the entries allow a squeeze to actually materialize. So I say you can see I was right about the Queen of Clubs. South had to have the King of Clubs and keep it on principle, but it would have to be an isolated threat. So you'd have to have a squeeze where you end in hand, and you'd have to have an entry card to reach the threats on the other side of the table. Although it's a threat, I don't see how to actually put all that together into a squeeze. Oh, you want me to claim? Okay, I'm claiming. There you go, Sanya. Always a good boy, am I not? Moving on to board number 3. Didn't I claim board 1? Oh dear, perhaps I'm not a good boy. Oh, 2E's wasted it. Oh, one of them was just saying, okay. Okay. Okay, so let's do an auction, 4 spades and 6 spades. Okay. Well, I always like slams. They're always easy to analyze because there's so few things you can do. You're either going to make it or you're going to go down. Okay, the lead's the Queen of Hearts. I don't know whether I do the Queen of Hearts. My experience of leading from very long suits against slams is it's very unproductive. It's quite rare, even though you got Queen Jack 10 9, because you got all that length, it very rarely produces a trick. Your opponents are short in the suit. Still, it's hard to see on that sequence of 4 spades what other. I suppose you might try the Jack of Clubs and see if partner's got the Ace of Clubs. That might be nice. Anyway, here's the lead that we were told to lead. I'm going to become east-west now, or rather west. I seem to have 7 spades and Ace of Hearts for 9, Ace of Clubs. No, 7. Ace of Hearts for 8. Ace of Clubs for 9. Ace King of Diamonds for 11. Oh, I'm so close. Where do I get a 12th from? Well, the obvious place is that the clubs are breaking 2-2. So I play Ace of Clubs and another club. All the honors drop conveniently, and then I cash the remaining club. So that's definitely a way to make. Not a great chance. The chance of a 2-2 break is 40% only. So it's not a great chance. Is there another chance? Well, yes, but that's even less likely, I think. It's just possible if the diamonds are breaking 4-4, then I could um, rough a diamond trick out. Well, it doesn't cost to try both of these. I'm obviously going to win this opening trick. And there. And I can fall back on clubs 2-2 at any time. But if I am going to try for my extra chance of 4-4 in diamonds, and incidentally, no, it has to be 4-4 in diamonds. I have to do it straight away. So I don't know. I can cash ace a diamond straight away. Yeah, no, I'm going to rough a diamond straight away. So I imagine he's going to duck it. Do I play high or low? I might want to reach dummy with the 7 of spades. I should rough with the 8, just in case I can reach dummy with the 7 of spades. Okay, that's good. Okay, now I can start drawing trumps. I'm hoping they're breaking. And they are. One more trump out. I may as well remove it, I think. And so king of spades, 4 of spades. What's he going to throw? Heart here is probably partner's going to let a heart. So okay, now well, at the moment I'm concentrating on my diamond threat. I don't know that it matters whether I cross in a spade or a club. I think I'll cross with a club. I don't see how that's going to get in the way of anything. Crossing a club. That could be good. He might be Queen Jack or King Jack. Anyway, press on with plan A before I go back to plan B. A diamond. And throw that away. And here we go. Are they breaking? And rough high to keep the other entry. And well, that's a relief. So I don't need the club break. What a relief. So cross back to dummy with the 7 of spades, which I've carefully preserved. And now it doesn't matter if the clubs are breaking. There we have the, oh, I'm going to claim there. So a very straightforward contract, really. I say really slams are relatively easy to analyze because there's so few things you can actually do, and you're either going to go down or you're not. So here, the obvious thing is the 2-2 in clubs, but there's an additional chance you can fit that into playing for the 2-2 club break. So you try that out and then fall back on the 2-2 club break if the diamonds are proved not to be 4-4. And there's nothing really, anything else to play for. Um, so that's what you do. You just go and play for it. Could I have the Zoom link again? Yes. Well, yes and no. Because I'm sharing, I don't have my usual attributes. Let me try that, see what that does. Pause recording, play, disable, hide video, share sound. Nope. Sandy, can you do it? Oh, right. Okay. Thank you. I suppose I should play around on my own at some point. I mean, it's so easy when I'm not sharing the screen, but everything's different when you're sharing a screen. Thank you. Okay, everybody happy with this one? You play for your extra chance. It succeeds. Yay! We go to the bank, and congratulations there went to Sukru and Jeff, both of whom immediately started playing on the diamonds, and I believe made their contract. Okay, board 4. Okay, sport to the table. Okay, so it's pass, pass, and I'm assuming this is this may be my auction because sometimes I have to rotate the hands around to get everybody, so everybody declares two in the hands. And when I rotate the hands around, sometimes the wrong person opens it, so I end up having to formulate a different auction. So this is certainly the system I play. 3 no trump shows a raise to 4 hearts with no great slam interest, but game values. And my guessing is it's not the auction that they were using back in 55, and so we end up in 4 hearts. Spurs. Okay, the lead is the Jack of Diamonds. Jack of Diamonds. There we go. Okay. Right, and everybody got this one wrong. I'm so sorry, but people did. The thing to realize here is, well, first of all, people do not lead away from the ace of diamonds when they're playing in a suit contract. It just gives a trick away far too often. So you can be absolutely certain that the ace of diamonds is on the left-hand side of the table with the west hand. And that means you've only got one diamond winner. Because whether you duck and then play the king or queen of diamonds on the second round of diamonds, or whether you cover straight away, you've only end up setting up one winner regardless with the with the remaining diamond. So what should you do? Well, I told you earlier what to do. You when you're faced with the question of it doesn't matter whether I cover or not, you say to yourself, do I care who is on lead at trick 2? Because if you duck, you've still got the king queen of diamonds and you can take the finesse later. You'll always get a diamond discard. Who do you want on lead at trick 2? And everybody said, I want West on lead at trick 2 because West can then switch to a killing switch and set me. I mean, what they should do is switch to the 10. And you can see now that you are going to lose 2 club tricks and eventually you are going to lead a spade. So the logic of you want West on lead is totally incorrect. The correct logic is you don't want West on lead. You want to go and play a go away yellow boxes. You want to go and play small. And now, well, if West does overtake to go and switch to a club, you've got 2 discards. You can throw away all your losing spades. So almost certainly West is actually going to duck it. And likely you're going to get another diamond. And the difference is they don't get the chance to go and play that 10 of clubs through you. And now you've got your winning queen of diamonds. You can throw away the jack of clubs and make sure that you only lose 1 club trick and not 2. So that's the thing that you should have been thinking about. Who do I want to lead at trick 2? Now, sad to say, when people did cover, as everybody did actually, here we go. Many people still made it because West realized that he or she had to go and make a switch. But which suit should West switch to? Well, it's clear, really, if you think about it. With the ace of spades in dummy and a discard of the queen of diamonds, if you switch to a spade, the queen of diamonds will be used to take a crucial discard, and you are now. I mean, suppose North doesn't have the king of spades, then he'll have ace king of clubs. He's going to use the diamond to go and throw away a spade. North has got ace king smaller clubs, so the discard is going to take place anyway. To set the contract, you need 3 more tricks. You've got your ace of diamonds, you need 3 more. And the only way you're likely to get them is if you've got a long-term spade trick. It doesn't matter who's got the ace of spades. Your queen jack 10 will come into its own. What matters is you can take some very quick club tricks before the any other club tricks disappear. So the correct thing to do is to switch to the 10 of clubs. I don't think the queen of spades can ever set the contract, because South is going to get in, draw the trumps, and use that queen of diamonds for a crucial discard. You need partner to have um, ace and queen of hearts, ace and queen of clubs, so that you can take two quick club tricks. As you can see here, two quick club tricks come your way. And now, after that, although there is a discard, the discard is only usable in the spade suit, and so your spades are still there towards the end game, and you can actually set the contract. So, well, I wouldn't say it's not losing your mind. I think it's not thinking about where do I get three tricks from. If I switch to spades, if North really does have a weak spade suit and they're being thrown away, I think you're only just keeping it to the contract. If it was match points, you might have a more serious decision. Are you stopping? Well, it doesn't matter. South has the ace of spades. South will be able to do whatever he likes if you switch to spades. It's got to be club tricks if you're going to set this contract. But I don't think it's losing your mind. People just get hypnotized by Queen Jack tens. See Queen Jack 10. I was saying earlier, there's 6-yard heart suit and they led it against the slam. You see Queen Jack 10 and you lead it, regardless of whether it's going to produce a trick for you. Anyway, that was that hand. So very bad North, but they all got away with it when the people switched to the spade set. Okay, that's one. So pass. One no trump. Pass. No trumps. Okay. So again, probably the original auctions, a strong no trump raised the game. And interesting question, what's Southfield lead here? I think the diamonds are standing out, although there's always an inclination with these sort of auctions. One person at least didn't think the hand should be played in a major. It's quite possible that you should be leading a major suit, because West probably doesn't have a major. Maybe East doesn't have a major either. So let's see what the lead is. It is indeed from a nice solid diamond suit. Okay, so enough for being South. Let's become East. I have 3 diamond tricks. That's good. And a club trick for 4, and 2 hearts and 2 spades for 8. Excellent news. So where can I get an extra trick from? Well, diamonds might break 3-3, although to be honest, when people go around leading the jack of diamonds, that becomes even less than usual. They've chosen that because it's a good suit for them, not because they've got jack 10-9 exactly. And otherwise, well, there's no future in the majors. You have to go and make a trick out of the queen of clubs. Now, the thing here to realize is that there's many ways of playing the club suit. You do not have to go and lead the 5 of clubs towards the dummy and finesse the queen. You can do it later on, but there's no reason to go and do it straight away. So I'm going to not bother with it. You can see diamonds aren't breaking. And I'd probably try and fall back on the diamonds if the club queen doesn't come in. But here's my thinking. First of all, maybe there's a singleton king somewhere. I would go and win with the queen, and I would just go and duck a diamond. And this is what can't remember the names. Uh, I think Ratner did this, so well done again. You get everything right, Ratner. You had a very friendly partner in this opponent in the South suit. For some reason, although the Jack was winning, South decided to overtake the King of Clubs. I can see no reason for overtaking with the King of Clubs. It certainly made the rest of Ratner's play very, very easy. So let's go back to do something a bit more sensible. We wait with the 5. Okay, and well, maybe well, my partner can't play the diamonds, so I think the hearts are a bit more solid. They're a bit unclear, really. I wouldn't play clubs simply because Declarer is playing the suit. Okay, so again, I wasn't thinking here. Oh, come on, I don't care. Right. Okay. So what do I do next? Well, the next thing I do is I try for a doubleton in the South suit. Because if there's a doubleton, the ace may drop the king, and it does drop the king. I just made the contract. But suppose that king hadn't dropped. Suppose that was the 9 of clubs, all right? Well, I still can make a trick out of the queen of clubs by crossing to the king of spades and leading my last club. And as long as, I mean, maybe clubs are 3-3. Maybe North had the king of clubs all the time. Only in the very last resort do I play to actually to my queen. All the earlier ones, I duck one because maybe there was a singleton king. I cash the ace after that because maybe there's a doubleton king, and then I lead towards the queen later on. Maybe clubs are 3-3. Maybe the king has been in the north hand from the start. So all of these significantly increase my chances of pulling um, an additional trick out of the club suit. They haven't broken, so I'll try the diamonds. Are they breaking? No. Well, just as I suspected. So, okay, I'm going to give up now. I'm going to have the ace of diamonds, ace, and ace. I demand 3 more tricks, claiming 3 more aces. And I've made my contract. So those who did take the finesse, get out of the habit of seeing ace queen as I must take a finesse. There's many ways of playing towards the queen that don't involve doing it at trick 1 in the club suit when various other good things might be happening as they are here. And while singleton king doesn't happen very often, it's still a chance that will happen every now and again in your life. So if you could only do it once, at least cash the ace and then lead towards the queen. But better yet, duck one, then the ace, or ace and then duck one, and then lead towards the queen. All of these really improve your chances of getting one trick out of the club set. Okay, that's board 5. Was there an order line? Well, it wasn't just that. Yes, the clubs might have been 3-3. I was playing for that as well. I was playing. I mean, North could add 4 clubs to the king. I'm still going to make a trick out of the queen of clubs. I duck one, I cash the ace, but when I lead my 3rd club through king to 4, I make a trick out of my queen of clubs. So the real thing is you just don't have to lead towards the queen at trick 1 in the club suit. There's loads of other plays which still lead to you playing towards the queen at the end, but don't commit yourself to losing when South has singleton king, doubleton king, and so on. Right, that was board 5. Let's move to board 6. Blow it to the table. Okay, pass, pass, pass. 1 spade. Pass. 3 spades. 6 spades. Okay, and I have to tell you earlier, I lied a little. I tried to keep the auctions the same as in the book, but when the auction in the book goes one spade, three spades, four clubs, four hearts, four no trumps, five clubs, five no trumps, six diamonds, six heart spades. I don't want you to all die of old age trying to get through the bidding that I give you. So I do cut them short to try and reduce the number of bids that I give you. So this may or may not be the original auction. There may have been many, many more bids in it, and I just decided to cut them out for you. But I don't make notes of that, so I don't know for sure. Okay, so the lead is the Queen of Hearts. Oh, look at that, a Queen Jack 10 and a long suit. Will that be a good lead? I don't know. Okay. Well, oh, look, somebody's led away. I wonder where the Ace of Hearts is. So, okay, you know the Ace of Hearts is with West. And the question is, who do you care is on lead at trick two? And I don't know that you care really if West gets in and switches to a diamond or a club or a spade. Do you care? I don't really think. But is there any chance that the Ace of Hearts is, well, if East is a lunatic, maybe the Ace of Hearts is right, and that is, but no, no, no. So, but you should have think, who do I want on lead at trick two? And in fact, it did make a difference for somebody, but I'll tell you their tale later. The normal defense is that this card might be a threat for a squeeze. You don't really want to go and lead up to these sorts of holdings in the minors, and you certainly don't want to lead away from the spade, which might just be nerve-wracking. Well, actually, you could lead a spade. I can't believe he'll run it around to the 10. So anyway, let's play back my fourth highest. And of course, we're going to rough. Now, what should we rough with? Do we need to be worried about an over rough? Well, only if somebody's got what is it's got the remaining heart. So you have to have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Only if West has a 9-card heart suit and failed to mention them during the auction. Now that seems unlikely to me. So we don't really need to put the 9 in because there might be an overoff. And in fact, the 9, if you look a bit further, you've got loads of tricks here. You've got 2 club discards on the Queen Jack of clubs after the Ace King have been cashed. If trumps are breaking, you can rough one of your diamonds. You're going to have a wonderful time unless spades are 4-0. And if East has 4 spades, you're going down because he will always make the Jack of spades. You only have a problem if West has 4 spades to the Jack. And then it would be very important, John, to keep the 9 of spades in case you have to go and take a finesse when the spades do break badly. So no need to worry when it requires such a silly distribution of a huge number of hearts in the West Hand for East to be roughing at this particular point. Okay, so as I said, if I can do Ace King Queen of Spades and that draws the trumps, Ace King of Clubs, cross to dummy, use 2 clubs to throw diamonds and rough one of the clubs. This is a walk in the park. So let's leave the Ace of Spades and find out if they're breaking. And the good news, bad news is that the good news is at least they're breaking the right side. The bad news is they are not breaking. West does have 4. So that is very awkward. I could unblock Ace King of Clubs and I can cross to the dummy. And what I'd like to do is cross to the dummy, finesse the spades and draw them. But I need that Queen Jack of Clubs. I need to throw away my losing diamonds. So how do I fit all this in to to pick up the spades while using the Queen Jack of clubs. And the way to do it is as follows. You need the ace king of clubs to stand up. You need them to be winners. Then you need to cross the dummy, but rather than take the spade finesse, because that will put you in the wrong hand, what you want to do is lead your plain suit club winners. And if West roughs in, well, you could over rough at that point. And that would create an additional, it would draw the trumps and leave you the spare trump in dummy to rough the diamond. And if West doesn't rough in, well, you wanted to score all these clubs, so you'll be able to score them. Let's see it in practice. We go and cash ace, and now we hope this stands up, and it does. Okay. Okay, now we cross to dummy. I don't think we need to draw the ace of diamonds. I think we can just cross over here. Okay. And the thing that we need to see, and I think Blue played this, didn't you, Blue? Did remember seeing you play one. And indeed, the Queen of Clubs, now the playing card, in effect acts as a trump drawing mechanism. If West roughs it, well, I'm just going to draw all the trumps, over off and cash king, queen of spades. I've still got a trump left. I can play ace of diamonds, cross back with a rough, and cash my remaining clubs. And if West doesn't rough, well, that suits me fine as well, really. I just start throwing all my... okay, do you want to rough this one? And no says, I don't want to rough that one yet. Good, okay. Do you want to rough this one? And again, as soon as he roughs, he creates a winner for me in the tennis. So yet again, but now, of course, I can actually do what I've been dying to do from the beginning, simply finesse in trumps. And then I've got 3 winners over there. So I'll claim because it makes Sanya so happy. But I will show you again because you missed 2. 2? Oh, board 1 and board 4. All right, okay. Let me finish this one. If I export this to the table, upload to the table. It was 6 spades by, so pass. There we go. Pass. Right, queen here, and again, the king is going to lose. Who do you want to be on lead? Personally, I duck actually, but somebody covered it. And the West here, I think it was Jeff actually, saw that just continuing the hearts wasn't going to do anything, because people don't jump to 6 spades where there's got a second heart loser. So he switched to, and I don't know if it was the 10 of diamonds or the 2 of diamonds, but let's say the 10 of diamonds. And North, this is the thing, you need to be on the ball all the time here. Because the normal thing you do in these situations is you run it around to the king, and then you start thinking about how you're going to play the contract. The trouble is, if you do that, you've just taken out your entry to the table. Remember, when you discover the terrible break in the spade suit, what you need is an entry on the king of diamonds so that you can run those clubs through the West hand and either force him to weaken his trumps and create the 10 of spades as a winner, or cash all your clubs, throw everything away, and make the contract. So you can't afford to relax for a moment. At this point, you are about to get in and we're set about making a contract. I say you should be saying to yourself, this is cold unless the trumps are 4-0. Where do I need entries? And of course, you need the entries to the dummy. So the correct thing to do, and now you're on the same line as before. Really, you play the ace of spades to to discover the bad news, and then you play the ace king of clubs, cross the dummy with the king of diamonds, and ram that club suit through declarer. And the moral is, don't go to sleep even when you're tired. Every card matters, and they say one of the most fruitful areas of mistakes is the very first trick that you have to go and play. So normally that's trick one, but if they've cashed a winner at trick one and then they screw it, this is your moment when you need to do the right thing. And more errors are made at that moment by people doing the automatic thing and then started thinking rather than doing the thinking and then making the play that actually matters. Okay, well, do you want this one saved? I've saved it. Go on, I'll claim that one as well. Claim the last 12 tricks. Okay. And now, do you want me to play through these earlier deals, Senya, which I seem to have missed? Export to the table. Okay, so this was I a long auction which ends in it's actually one diamond pass and eventually 4 hearts in the south. Oh, I don't think my clicks are working. Try again. 1 diamond. What happened there? How strange. Pass and eventually 4 hearts. Pass, pass, pass. The lead was the 3 of clubs. And there were 2 things about this. One of them was it doesn't, again, who do I want on lead? You're not going to make the king of clubs if you play it. Well, okay, let's put East on lead. And then it's a heart switch is needed because you must kill the rough. So we win. And then we must set up alternative before the hearts disappear entirely, leaving us with 2 spade rulers. We must set up an alternative source of tricks. So we must duck a diamond. So at this point, the best that East can do is cash the queen of clubs. So I'll let him do that. But then after that, well, no matter what East does, you're going to draw the trumps and run the diamond suit to go and make your contract. So this is the bit where I make Sanya ecstatically happy by claiming the contract. Okay, there we go. All right, let's go to board 4. Don't know why I'm not claiming these, Sanya. I guess I'm a bit out of it today. Okay, so put this one to the table, export to the table, upload to the table. And this is a 1 heart. I have a game raise. And on to 4 hearts. It's the lead, Jack of diamonds. Yep, okay. That's pretty good. Okay, so Jack of diamonds. Okay, so this one is all about do not cover, because if you cover, West can get the lead with the ace of diamonds and then put a club. In fact, let's show the failing case. So let's undo that. Let me put up the failing case of covering with the king, and then West realized he needs 2 club tricks and a spade to set this contract. So plays the 10 of clubs, and I'm going to claim 1 down at this stage because that's the defense. There we go. I've got 2 club losers and eventually a spade loser. Is that all right as a failing case? I did play it through as a winning case where you duck the ace of diamonds and you're okay, right? Jolly good. Whew, where are we up to? Have we done board 6 then, yeah? Or I'm getting a bit lost with the... Yes, you've done board 6. Okay, on to board 7. Export to the table. Okay, so an exciting auction, I see. One spade, two clubs overcall, two spades. A bit of a. I'd probably do this. Well, I don't know. I don't think I bid two. So if I don't do anything, I bid three spades or something. I can't bring myself to just bid two spades when really it's a preempt. But there we go. That's me. Five clubs. I have. Again, I wouldn't do that either. I would probably try because that might be a preemptive raise. So I'd probably bid a three spade bid or something to suggest I'm strong with the club suit. And six clubs because I'm ever the optimist when it comes to slams. Oh, goody, another slam hand. Must be easy to make or go down, whichever actually happens. So the lead is, of course, a spade. Maybe there's a spade trick coming our way, and there isn't. So I am going to come west here, I think. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 clubs, 8, 9, 10 in diamonds, 8 of hearts for 11, and I have excellent chances for the 12th. The diamonds might be 3, 3. The jack of diamonds might drop because it's Doubleton, and the combined chance of that is 52.5%. So that's a playing of Ace King Queen of Diamonds is alone 52, and then I can still fall back on the heart finesse if that has failed. So that's another 50% chance, which is excellent. But if you see it, there's actually 100% line here. And that is to do with the fact that the other way of playing the diamond is to play king, ace, and finesse into the south hand. And if that loses, because diamonds are 3, 3, then south is thrown in to give you an additional trick. So let me show you the 100% line. I don't know what he would do. I think he'd want a heart lead. If that stands up, play a heart, partner, is how I would read the 9. It doesn't stand up. Bad news. Should I ruff with a high one? Maybe. I don't think it matters, really. I want to be in. Probably doesn't matter. Okay, I'm definitely going to draw trumps, I think. No point leaving them out. Okay. And if this end play I'm talking about is going to work, I've dealt with the clubs. I need to strip the spades. So I need to cross to dummy and ruff a spade. Well, the easy way to do that is to start off with the diamonds. And now I'm just going to ruff the spade. And I don't know. He's seen me rough it. He probably wouldn't play the ace, actually, but never mind. Okay. I don't know. I want entries to my hand. I'm going to ruff low here. Okay. Right. Strip the spades. Now I'm ready for this end play that I told you about. So I cash the ace of diamonds. Okay. And play the 7. And the idea is that although the percentage play in isolation is to play the queen, the 10 is 100%. Imagine it lost at this moment to the jack of diamonds. Imagine the jack of diamonds is in the south hand. So south wins. You've got a winner with the queen of diamonds, so you throw away one of your hearts, and south is on lead and has to either lead a heart to lead up to the ace queen or lead a spade and give you a rough and discard. So playing the 10 is 100% here. It either wins, and I've just made the contract. I can only lose one trick now, or it loses and they gift me a trick because of the fact that they're thrown in and have to basically rough and discard or lead up to the ace queen of hearts. The people I watched playing this, I don't think saw the end play. What they did was play off a lot of the clubs and play off a couple of and they this is a strange auction. One club, one spade by South. Let me claim. Obviously, I got to at this point try for the over trick of going to cross over and take the heart finesse, because if it wins, I've got all 13 tricks. It loses, but I have the remaining tricks, so I'm going to claim those and make my contract. So what did people do? Well, I say, in fairness, the auction is really rather weird. South has opened a spade and North has bid 2 spades. I suppose East did bid 5 clubs, but they've got 11 spades between them. And all they can do is bid 1 spade and 2 spades. So who has got what? And people came to the conclusion, which I don't think is silly, that West had the 6-card spade suit and North had the 5-card spade suit. And that meant that North was slightly more likely to have length in the diamonds. And so they took the diamond finesse, not because they saw the end play, I thought, but because they thought that was the likely distribution of the cards, which is fair enough. It's one of the British techniques is to try and work out what people have and then take the percentage play. But there was a better one. You take the finesse because if it loses, they have to give you a trick back via the rough and discard or whatever. So okay, so I say well done, but not well done, all at the same time to the people who played that board. Okay, so we're now on to the last board. Export to the table. And another interesting auction. Ron Heart. Pass. 2 hearts. 2 spades. And well, I think you've got a 4 heart. But it's an interesting question on these things here. You're probably going to be outbid in 4 spades on this sort of a hand. Should you bid 3 hearts and give them the option to bid 3 spades and then reluctantly bid 4 hearts and psychologically put them off from bidding 1 more? These are things you worthwhile reflecting on, whether it is wise to make a transfer. To me, this is a transfer bid to 4 spades. The opposition are going to play in 4 spades if you follow an auction like this one. And sure enough, the transfer has worked. You've forced the opponents to bid 4 spades. So there we are. Okay. No, it's okay. So we're on lead. Well, really, we may have a heart trick. Going to find out. And we do have heart tricks. That's excellent news. So so let's play as West for a while. There, I think the normal thing is to give count here to let partner know whether or not there's another heart to cash. So second highest is standard. And I suppose you could drop the queen to pretend otherwise, but it's going to drop anyway otherwise. And okay, so that's that done. And now what do we do as West? Well, don't know. I don't want to lead away from the... What's partner got over there on the other side of the table? I suppose he might have the ace of diamonds. Would it be... I only need 2 more tricks, though. If he's got the ace of diamonds, they won't be able to run the clubs against me, will they? So I will come to the ace and king of diamonds eventually. So it's very risky to play a diamond in case partner doesn't have the ace. A club might be okay. But again, if we have club tricks, I don't see any hurry. I think the heart is a rough and discard. and it sounds more like to me South overcalled. Personally, I'd lead a spade here, but it's a bit unclear. The only thing that is clear to me is I don't need a heart. That's going to be, and I don't need a diamond. There's no need to play on the diamonds. I might just lead a club. But if South has ace jack of clubs, I'd be very embarrassed. So I don't. I think I need a spade. Okay, now I'm going to be South. I have got 6 spade tricks and no club tricks and ace of diamonds. So is that all? That's not good. So obviously I need to. I could maybe, if I had the entries, I could ruff 4 clubs, and then I still have 4 spades left in dummy. That would give me 8 tricks and ace of diamonds for 9. I still need to do something with the diamond suit. It looks like I need to bring in the diamond suit. And the plays I have, as you'll know from our discussion earlier about these, I don't have to immediately go and finesse the queen of diamonds at trick 2. 3, the first trick of the first round of the diamonds. I don't play the 3 of diamonds. I put the queen in because any other chances are going to be lost. So certainly it would be better to play ace of diamonds and then play small towards the queen, and that at least gains if West has a singleton king. Does West have the king? I don't know. If he has the king, I should just play off ace and another diamond. I'm trying to think what he's got. He's got ace, king, jack of hearts, I would judge. That's 7 points. And he opened the bidding. So I reckon he's got something like ace, queen of clubs, and East has the king of diamonds, and that'd be great. Or he hasn't got the ace of clubs, and he's got the queen of clubs and the king of diamonds. That would be a reasonable set of holdings for him to hold. How can I find out what he's actually got? Well, I can't find out about West Ham, but I can actually find out about East Ham, at least unless he's psychic. Let me win this trick in dummy. And I suppose I could draw another round of trumps. Well, come on, let's draw another round of trumps. That gets rid of all the trumps. Okay, I'm going to leave the king of clubs. And unless East has a very subtle mind, East will cover an honor with an honor. And that tells me what I need to know. East went and bid 1 heart, 2 hearts. West opened the bidding. It's hard to see how West has an opening hand without the king of diamonds. East might just have a raise, that's true, but West would have ace, king, jack, and queen of clubs and not the king of diamonds. I don't see how that's possible. So the fact that East has the ace of diamonds, the fact that East has the ace of clubs. Thank you, Colin. How did you do today?
We came second, thank you.
Well done. Okay, so the fact that the ace of clubs is there inclines me to believe that the king of diamonds is on this side. So I'm not going to play ace of diamonds, cross the dummy, and lead towards my queen. I think that would just lose. And in fact, if West has 3 diamonds, king, small, small, I think I will always lose. So I'm just going to play off ace of diamonds.
You played it so well.
Well, I cheated, and I found it in a book, the hand actually. And look, it's Doubleton. That's what I was hoping for. It's not unlikely it's Doubleton. Well, maybe it is. He turned up with a singleton spade. He might have had, but he showed 4 hearts. I really like it, really, because he had to have 5, along with the singleton spade, to have a Doubleton diamond. He had to have 5 clubs as well as the other. For all that, I still thought that playing for the king of diamonds in the West hand was the thing to do.
Well, quite right.
Many people got this right, although they didn't do the discovery play of leading the king of clubs from dummy. Maybe claim the hand here. So I'm going to make the rest of the tricks, aren't I now? Yes, I'm going to claim the rest of the tricks. Okay. They actually were certainly trying to dodge. It's very pleasing to see nobody wanted to play small to the queen of diamonds at the first diamond trick. So a lot of people docked a diamond, but I think they failed to appreciate the fact that East was thrown in when East won the Jack of Diamonds. East would be very brave, you can see, to lead away from his 8 of clubs with the king in the dummy, and East would be foolish to lead a heart and give a rough and discard, allowing a losing diamond to be thrown from dummy. East had to go and throw a lead after being thrown in by ducking a diamond, had to go and leave a diamond just in not to go and give a trick away. But I think loads of people took this to mean that, well, they wouldn't lead a second diamond if they had the king of diamonds, therefore I'm going to drop the king. I'm not sure the logic's right. I think it's true that if actually they had options of playing it off ace king of clubs in their own hand, the desire to play diamonds suggests the king is on the other side. But here, the fact they were actually just playing the diamonds because anything else would have just let the contract in. Well, it looked actually a club doesn't let the contract in. It sets up the king of clubs, but it's not enough to let the contract in. But it's not natural to lead a club with the king in dummy, and it's certainly not natural to give a rough and discard. So again, although people were doing the right sort of thing, I wasn't totally convinced they were actually working out entirely what East's problem was on the actual hand. But well done. They were aware that they might be able to drop the king, and they went for it, and they made the contract. So well done.